Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat and welcome sa ating pag-aaral ng online and self-guided psychological first aid modules. Sa ating Module 1 on psychological first aid, validating and normalizing feelings, these are the objectives. Number 1, you're going to identify feelings, reactions related to the pandemic or any form of disaster. And number 2, you should be able to accept that all feelings and reactions are normal and valid. Before we start, let me ask you first, kumusta kayong lahat? Okay pa ba kayo? So in this module, we are going to talk about your experiences during the lockdown due to the pandemic or maybe due to other disaster. I am sure you are eager to participate because there are many things to talk about. And there are 4 modules for you to answer in order to complete this task. And you have a lot of activities. Meron kayong mga activities na dapat sagutin. Nakasama dito sa module na to. Okay, let's begin. Look at the lines in your module and you're going to write a letter. This letter will be entitled, My Dear Friend. Using the lines on the next page, you're going to write to a friend about the following. Susulatan niyo siya tungkol sa mga 5 routines or reactions you did at home. 5 mga bagay na inyong ginawa or mga reactions ninyo during the lockdown. For example, I slept most of the time, or nanonood ako ng TV, or maybe tumulong ako sa aking mga magulang. And you're going to number these from 1 to 5 and write them down on the front part of your letter. Okay? On the back page of your letter, you're going to write to your friend about your feelings towards your reactions or routines. An example, I felt bored. Bored na ako sa aking ginagawa sa araw-araw. Or maybe, I felt afraid. Natatakot ako sa pandemyang ating kinakaharap. Or maybe you would say, I experienced anxiety. You can repeat your feelings, but you may not repeat the routines or reactions. And you can explain why you felt that way or why you reacted that way. You do not need to write a long letter. A short one will do. So ito na. You look at your modules, tingnan nyo yung page 40 at sagutan ninyo yung unang activity. Pagtapos na kayo, I would like you to read the information entitled Common Reactions of Students to Stressful Events. And you're going to compare your feelings to the feelings written inside the box. And tignan ninyo kung mayroong pagkakatulad. Were there feelings that you also felt but you were not able to mention in your letter? Pwede niyo i-pause ang video na ito para sagutin ang activity. So now, these are the common reactions to stressful events. Una, you feel a strong responsibility to the family. Mas naging responsable kayo sa inyong mga pamilya. Number 2, you feel anxious brought about by uncertainty of the future. So when we say anxious, natatakot kayo sa mga bagay na hindi naman kayo sigurado katulad ng pandemyang ating kinakaharap. Number 3, you feel intense or prolonged grief but for not being able to wake. Pang-4, may become self-absorbed and self-pity. Naawa kayo sa sarili nyo. Next, may experience changes in the relationships with other people. You may also start taking risk, engage in self-destructive behavior, have avoidant behavior, and become aggressive. Mas pwede daw may mga ibang tao na naging agresibo during the lockdown. Or may experience major shifts in their view of the world, accompanied by a sense hopelessness about the present and the future. may become defiant of authorities and parents while they start relying on peers for socializing through social media, or may feel guilty and anxious having been separated from their loved ones due to lockdown. So these are the common reactions of students to stressful conditions or events na maaari ninyong ikumpara sa inyong mga naramdaman during the lockdown. Tignan ninyo kung mayroong pagkakatulad sa mga nabanggit. Okay, let me tell you that all your feelings, all your reactions for the past days are valid. So when I say valid, to validate is to affirm that these feelings are happening. Ang mga naramdaman ninyo during the lockdown ay normal lang. At ito talaga ay nararamdaman ng mga tao. So I want you to say to yourself, it is okay that I felt this way. It is okay to not be okay. Pakiulit nyo nga. Magaling. I want you to know that all your emotions are real and true. And that all of those, they are normal feelings. Yung mga naramdaman ninyo during the lockdown ay talagang normal lang na nararamdaman ng isang tao. Fear, anxiety, normal yan na nararamdaman ng mga tao. Now, tell yourself, all these are normal feelings. Normal lang ang pakiramdam ko. Pakiulit nyo nga. Normal lang ang pakiramdam ko. Magaling. Now, if I may ask you, what are the common feelings to the usual routines of your everyday life? What are your shared human experiences of COVID-19 or of the disaster that hit your town? Are they similar? Are they dissimilar? Now that you have recognized your common humanity, you feel a sigh of relief from knowing that you are not alone. You can empathize with each other. You can accept each other. These are all normal feelings to stressful conditions. If you wish, you can take a photo of the letter and share it with your friend. I hope this empowers you to go on living. Please read the handout entitled When Terrible Things Happen. I am certain that it will help you learn more about how you can help yourself. So again, ang mga naramdaman nyo during the lockdown ay mga normal lang na feelings or pakiramdam. Naramdaman din ng ibang tao. Hindi kayo nag-iisa. Halos lahat sa atin ay nakaramdam ng mga naramdaman niyo din. So there are a wide variety of positive and negative reactions that students can experience during and immediately after crisis situations. These include, let's say, under the cognitive domain, confusion, worry, self-blame. Yan yung mga negatibong responses natin during the lockdown or any other disaster na ating kinakaharap. Sa positive naman, determination, courage, optimism, and faith. So kapag duman tayo sa mga pagsubok, ang mga negatibong responses natin ay pagkalito, pagkabahala, and minsan sinisisi natin ang ating mga sarili. Pero ang mga positive responses naman, because of the lockdown or any other disaster, we were determined. We have courage, optimism, naging positive tayo sa hinaharap, and of course, pananampalataya or faith. When it comes to emotional naman, ang ating mga negatibong responses, of course, masashock ka, you feel sorry, grief, malulungkot ka, sadness, fear, takot, anger, galit, numb, irritability, guilt, and shame. Sa mga positive responses naman, you feel involved, challenged, mobilized. Ano ba ang involvement ninyo during the lockdown? Yung positibong responses ninyo during the lockdown. Okay, maybe mas naging matulungin kayo sa inyong mga magulang or sa inyong mga kamag-anak or kapitbahay, bayanihan. Ano pa? Of course, naging responsable kayo to wear mask, shield, to maintain social distancing para iwasan ang pagkalat ng COVID-19 virus. When it comes to social naman, ang mga negatibong responses ay fights with others or does not speak with others. Ang positibo naman, seeks out others who can help them, helps others in need. And sa physiological naman, you felt tired, headache, muscle tension, stomachache, difficulty sleeping, fast heartbeat. Sa positive naman, naging mas alerto kayo, mas ready to respond, and increased energy. So these are the common negative reactions that may contribute, that may continue, include intrusive reactions. Pwede nyo i-pause ang video na ito para basahin ang mga iba't ibang intrusive reactions and physical arousal reactions. Ito naman ang mga reactions natin to trauma and loss reminders. And nandito rin ang positive changes in priorities, worldview, and expectations. Because of the pandemic or any other disaster na ating kinarap, mas lalo tayong napalapit sa ating pamilya. Mas na-appreciate natin ang ating pamilya at mga kaibigan na sila ay mahalaga at importante. When a loved one dies, common reactions include the following. So pwede niyong i-pause ang video na ito para basahin ang iba't ibang reaksyon kapag namatayan ka ng isang kamag-anak. Ito naman ang mga dapat gawin para makatulong kapag tayo ay dumadaan sa mga pagsubok o mga disaster or loss of a loved one. You can talk to another person for support or spending time with others. Makipag-usap ka sa ibang tao. Mga ibang tao na pwedeng magbigay ng payo sa inyo. Pangalawa, you may engage in positive, distracting activities. Just like sports, hobbies, or reading. Yan ang pwede nyo gawin. Pangatlo, getting adequate rest and eating healthy meals. Trying to maintain a normal schedule, scheduling pleasant activities, taking breaks, reminiscing about a loved one who has died, focusing on something practical that you can do right now to manage the situation better, using relaxation methods, breathing exercises, meditation, calming self-talk, music, participating in a support group, exercising in moderation, keeping a journal, seeking counseling. Ito naman ang mga hindi nyo dapat gawin kapag kayo ay mayroong problema or namatayan ng kamag-anak or dumaan sa isang disaster. Using alcohol or drugs to cope, bawal yan. Extreme withdrawal from family or friends. mas lalong kailangan nyo ng pamilya ninyo at mga kaibigan kaya huwag nyo silang layuan. Overeating or failing to eat, yan. Huwag masyadong kumain ng marami. At huwag namang magpagutom. Withdrawing from pleasant activities. Mas kailangan nyo to yung mga gawain na kaaya-aya para makalimot kayo sa pinagdaanan nyong pagsubok. Working too much, bawal din. Violence or conflict. Doing risky things, just like driving recklessly. Substance abuse, not taking adequate precautions. Extreme avoidance of thinking or talking about the event or death of a loved one. Para makalimot ka, wag daw muna natin itong pag-usapan as much as possible kapag namatayan ka ng isang kamag-anak. Para makalimot ka sa isang trauma or sa isang hindi magandang pangyayari, wag daw muna natin itong pag-usapan as much as possible. Not taking care of yourself. Excessive TV or computer games, blaming others. Ito ang mga bagay na wag niyong gagawin. Now that you knew that you were feeling or how you were reacting was similar to the one on the list, how do you feel now about yourself? Ngayong nalaman ninyo na ang mga nailista na pag-usapan natin kanina ay normal lang na mapakiramdam ng iba ring mga taong kakilala ninyo, ano ngayon ang iyong nararamdaman? Okay, always remember that your reactions to the stressful situation are normal. Okay, normal lang po yan at the moment or until about 3 months. Most young people will react in the same manner. You are not being crazy when you have those feelings. Also, the next time you feel that way, try to take 10 deep breaths slowly. And then try to do letter writing and send the letter to your close friends. This will help you calm down. Can we try to do that together? Magbilang tayo mula 1 hanggang 10 as you breathe in and out. Okay, let's start. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And lastly, breathe in and breathe out. Today, you learned that our reactions to the stressful events of pandemic or any other form of disaster were normal and valid. How does this new learning that my reactions and feelings toward COVID-19 disaster were normal after all help? How can you apply this learning to your life, especially after experiencing such a pandemic? Sa unang question, paano daw ba nakatulong ang iyong natutunan ngayon sa ating discussion? Na nalaman mo na ang mga reaksyon mo at mga naramdaman mo during the pandemic ay normal lang. Paano nakatulong sa'yo na nalaman mong normal lang ang mga naramdaman mo during the pandemic? And pangalawa, how can you apply this learning to your life, especially after experiencing such a pandemic? Paano mo daw i-apply or i-apply itong natutunan mo ngayon sa iyong buhay, especially after experiencing such pandemic. Maaari mong i-pause ang video na ito habang sumasagot ka sa iyong module. Bilang pagtatapos ng module na ito, you're going to read your letter again. Compare how you feel now that you know that those feelings were normal and valid. Say to yourself, my feelings are valid. My reactions are normal. My feelings and reactions are valid and normal. Pakiulit nyo nga. Magaling!